11 with Phil Stant on their squad against a side from HMS Edinburgh, docked nearby.
I can't believe I'm 44 years old. I'm going to get my first international cap for the Falkland Islands. Fantastic.
After just 20 seconds, disaster for Stanley as the Royal Navy take the lead. Phil's first chance at an equaliser comes 20 minutes later. But he's come 8,000 miles for this match. Time for the old magic to shine. The final scoreline, Port Stanley 5, HMS Edinburgh 4. Stant scored 2. With some help from an old pro, the trophy stays in the Falklands. Throughout these islands, there are reminders of the war in 1982. There's the cemetery at St. Carlos for the 255 British servicemen who lost their lives. The Argentine cemetery near Goose Green, where they suffered their first major casualties. For the ships, there are war graves with marker buoys and memorials on mountaintops. And then there are the memories. John Phillips lost his arm defusing a bomb on HMS Antelope. His mate Jim Prescott was killed. John's life had changed in a split second.
I'm more emotional now since I was injured than I ever was before '82. It's changed me completely as a person. Whether I'm a better person or a worse person, that's for others to decide. But it certainly changed me. I mean, every time I look in the mirror to shave, I think of the Falklands, Jim Prescott and his family. You know, because it's there. You can't get away from it.
I've seen them coming back 5 years ago and coming back now, and there's no doubt it seems to be healing for them to come back here and deal with their demons and ghosts, to be quite honest. But it's quite a sad, in fact a very sad affair for the ones that, you know, left their commons behind. It's very sad for them, but I think it's a healing process to come here.
I'm so chuffed that I did make the effort and come back. I did have my reservations, I won't lie about it. And even at Ascension Islands I still had them, and I wasn't sure if I was doing the right thing. But now, having done it, yeah. And I would recommend it to anybody that served down here to come back and get rid of the gremlins, get rid of the ghosts, come back and pay their respects. Hopefully, as I become an old crusty bugger, I can still come back and with a couple of walking sticks still get up here and pay my respects.
You've been back 5 times now. This is my first time. What kind of feelings will I have when I actually leave the islands, or what feelings would other veterans have if they came back the first time?
When we went back on the last pilgrimage and we were on our way home, the atmosphere was far different going back than it was coming down. Coming down, it was very weepy, you know, grown men crying, hugging each other, reassuring each other. But going back was a festive feeling. So everyone got something out of it. And hopefully when you go back, Phil, you'll feel it was worth it. And hopefully you may even think, well, maybe I might try again in a few more years and see what difference I have made to the Falkland Islands.
I think that they often arrive with a lot of fears, a lot of very difficult memories. They find that having seen it in a different light, different circumstances, those memories are not blotted out, but they are to some degree overlaid with a knowledge of the Falklands now, seeing it in a new light, new experiences, perhaps meeting the people that they've met before, but in a completely different, much freer, much happier situation.
While some former soldiers found it hard to come back to the islands, Kevin Ormond found it difficult to leave. He stayed on after the conflict, and a year later he married an islander,
When I first heard about the Falklands, I thought it was near Scotland. I was like most of the other squaddies, you know, that we all thought it was up Scotland. Why did Argentina want to go all the way up to Scotland to invade an island? It's only when you look at a map and find these little specks. And then if somebody had said to me that I was going to come 8,000 mile away to fight a war and find a wife, I'd have probably laughed at them.
Phil's journey ends at the place where he landed all those years ago. It's a journey he made for himself, for those who cannot go back, and those that never went home.
It's very humble to be back, and very sad to see the names of these people on this memorial. What you've got to remember is these guys never left. They died here. I'm very fortunate and very lucky to be here. You know, some veterans will never come back, or will never have the opportunity to come back. So perhaps I can do it for them as well.
Justice for one of our bad lads army recruits. That's at 9. Next on ITV4, highlights of the first half of the season of the World Rally Championships.